Good evening. Today is Thursday, March 5th, 2020, and I'll call this work session for the Fairfield Board of Education to order. Mrs. Lamb, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Begley?
Here.
Mr. Birding?
Present.
Mrs. Gundrum? Here. Mrs. O'Neill? Mrs. Shorter?
Mrs. Gundrum, will you lead us in the pledge, please?
Yes.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mrs. Gundrum. The first item on the agenda is presentations and resolutions. Mr. Smith?
Yes, Mr. Birdie and members of the board, we do have multiple presentations scheduled this evening. Our first is from the Butler County Auditor's Office. This time, I'd like to introduce Michael Stein.
Hi, thank you. My name is Mike Stein, and I work for the Butler County Auditor's Office. I am the tax accounting manager there at the office, so I primarily deal with values, tax rates, do a lot of work on the Budget Commission side of the house, so a lot of the financial information comes through our office and our group. Basically, I'm here representing the Auditor's Office for the Auditor Outreach Program. It's a program Roger started about 3 or 4 years ago where we go out to the different school boards, townships, cities, and kind of sit in on the meetings, listen to what's going on, bring any information updates that we might have from our office as far as any new legislation that may impact the schools, things we do like tax settlements, things that might be of impact and importance to the school board. So basically the program was set up on coming out every quarter. That's now changed, so we'll come out 2 times a year, primarily the first quarter and the third quarter of the year. Those are the times when the things that we do at our office deal more with the school districts and have more relevance to what information that you would like to know and like them to hear. So we've kind of curtailed that from going 4 times a year to 2 times a year. So knowing that, and I'm coming out the first and the third quarter, in the third quarter, if you have any questions, any things that you would like a presentation on, things that our office is handling that you might have interest in, feel free to let me know. I work with Nancy quite a bit and work with John, and he comes into the office too. But we don't get a real chance to meet the boards of the different school districts. So this is an opportunity to put a face with a name, and whenever you see or have questions, you know you can reach out at any time to our office. Right now, at our office, we had some legislation passed. I don't know if you all saw it, but this House Bill 499 that allows the auditor the discretion to start testing gas for fuel quality. That's been a big issue in the county. So our office is working with Hamilton County reps and other reps at the state to kind of allow us the opportunity to go out and measure the gas volume, but we've never had the authority to test it. So that's something new we have going on. On the finance side, we're at the point where the treasurer is now certifying collections from first half. Last week was our advances that were sent out to the school districts and to the other entities. We should be finalizing our final settlement by mid next week, so it'll be a quick turnaround this year, so we're happy about that. Like I said, it'll probably be end of next week, so we'll have those final distributions out. So those are the only couple updates that I had now. Like I said, if you have any questions, anything you'd like me to talk about the next time I come out, again, we'll be looking and trying to curtail our information that we bring to you that's more relevant to you, to the schools. So if anybody has any questions, feel free. If not, that's basically all I had tonight.
Any questions from the board? If we do have things we'd like you to present, would it be best for us to email Mrs. Lane and have her send it to you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
That would be fine.
That's great. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
for coming out
thank you.
tonight.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, have a great day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
For our second presentation, very excited to welcome our State Board of Education representative and Vice President, Charlotte McGuire. Charlotte is here to present our freshman school with its 3rd consecutive School Momentum Award. At this time, I'll turn it over to Ms. McGuire.
Welcome.
Thank you, members of the board and Superintendent Smith and distinguished leaders in education. It's always an honor to be in the Fairfield City School District. I'm Charlotte McGuire. I serve on the state school board and I work for you. I am here to present an award that I think is very important. Important because of the state's 5-year strategic plan, which we brand as Each Child Our Future. And what you have here is a principal that is working to be sure that each child is your future. And our goal is that every child in Ohio is challenged, prepared, and empowered to succeed toward one goal, that they graduate and within 1 year they will either be in a in-demand credential job, in the military, entrepreneur, making they say living wage, but I like to say sustainable wage, and that they are either enrolled and progressing in a 2-year or 4-year college. If we don't have you at the table with us, we cannot achieve that goal. It's a statewide goal, so what we do is so important. And right now we're looking at issues like graduation rates and pathways and seals, and now we're coming up with another option that's being, that has to be in place, as a matter of fact, this month. Out of the biennium budget, we had to come up with another permanent pathway for the class of 2023, where our students will have to score a competency level at the math and in both math and English language arts. So this principal and what he does is very important to your graduates. So I am here on behalf of the State Board of Education to present the Momentum Award, and it is presented to districts and schools in recognition of exceeding expectation and student growth on the Ohio School Report Card for the 2018-2019 school year. And it's being presented this is January, but this is March 2020. And I'd like to invite the principal up and the assistant principal, if she doesn't mind, to receive this award on behalf of the State Board of Education. We value you, we value your work. We're working to return the joy of teaching with the joy of learning, and we're going to produce the results and build the capacity of our workforce in Ohio, where we will be competitive not only in this state, but across the country and around the world. You want to join us, Superintendent?
That's great.
This is for you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, they do?
Give them a well-deserved round of applause.
And I want to thank the board for all the hard work.
We'll bill you for that.
My husband will pay for it. I want to thank the board for all the hard work in guiding the work in this district. What you do is so important. And I know a lot of times it doesn't feel like you're appreciated, but know that the State Board of Education appreciates you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say a couple words to share my excitement on behalf of our building and staff. First and foremost, want to thank the students for the hard work that they put in and day out. We meet with them as administration at the start of the school year, welcome them to high school, set goals in front of them, talk about the importance of achievement as we talked about graduation rate, and then meeting with them obviously before the state tests are taken to remind them of the importance of it, and for them to spend the entire year after year working as hard as they do, putting their education first throughout whatever's going on in their lives to achieve. To be able to achieve this honor is very difficult. I'm happy that it's happened 3 years in a row. It kind of motivates us to work even harder every year, for that. But to, have an A in gifted, the gifted category, as well as our lowest 20%, as well as our students with disabilities, to get an A, to exceed those expectations is very difficult. Want to thank the staff. We have a terrific staff. And although they test certain subjects, we meet as a staff with cross-curricular ideas and common themes throughout the entire building, to circle around and rally around. And so I really appreciate, the hard work they put in, the parents for their support, but likewise all the decisions that are made. We have constant meetings and different policies and different goals that we set forth every year. And I really appreciate everyone around this table, the leadership you guys provide, the direction, the challenges that are put in front of us to continue to do better every year. But again, most importantly, the students knowing that they've achieved year after year, really excites us and keeps us looking to, again, do better and better every year. Thank you.
Any comments from the board?
Congratulations.
I think it's interesting that, in the athletics, they like to say you hang in banners for the championships, and I'm proud to say that on the outside of the freshman building, we're going to be hanging another banner. So thank you very much. Well done.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Our last presentation this evening is a Business Advisory Council update. This time, I'll turn it over to Mandy Ogg.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, Mr. Birding, members of the board. The Ohio Department of Education requires districts to give an annual report on the actions and progress of its Business Advisory Council. Fairfield City School District's Business Advisory Council is comprised of 4 district officials and 6 members from area businesses. The committee meets 4 times a year, so at this point, we have met 3 times and we'll meet 1 more time in May. Our meetings give us the opportunity to discuss changes in the workplace and how the district and local businesses can work together to better prepare students for life beyond graduation. As you know, this is only the 2nd year for the Business Advisory Council. And so we've had a lot of discussions this year about how to move beyond compliance into a space that really connects our students to the business world. There is a real desire among committee members to do more than just meet 4 times a year to fulfill a requirement. We want to do something great that will benefit our students. So at our last meeting, we discussed some of those ideas and agreed that our first step is to really expand our base and expand who's around the table in order to start moving in this new direction. So we're going to start this process at our next meeting in May by inviting high school students and a couple of guidance counselors to join us. We're really looking forward to incorporating students into our conversation because in doing so, we're hoping to get a better idea of what the students think they need from us so we can create more meaningful opportunities for them moving forward. So with that being said, we're looking forward to making these changes, and I'll update you on our progress around this time again next year. The report that you have in your board packet is the formal statement that will also be available to the public on the district website. So thank you. Do you have any questions for me about the Business Advisory Council?
Any questions from the board, comments? Do we have, on our website, are the members listed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's a whole page for the Business Advisory Council and the members are listed there.
Okay, great. All right, I don't have any other questions. Thank you very much.